controls the map.
Right, definitely. It's definitely one of those things where you don't want it to be like the main part of the map, but also be just enough different, give people options to do stuff. It looks like we are actually hopping into a match here. I hear guns, I hear stuff happening. Really exciting. Let's go. And we are hopping into our match between Western Jesters and Vinny on Haven. There you go.
Okay. I think it's all going to be about the setup here. First camera going to be lower up from Vic. We'll talk about the compositions here real quick.
Yep.
We'll have, I think, a Sova Cypher on one side, both actually with a Sage, but no Breach, I think, for the first time on a team in this tournament thus far, at least from my experience casting it. And then we'll have two smokers. We have Omen and Brimstone on Team Vinny. So they have a few more options at controlling the map, but Western Jesters has a lot of options in opening it up with that Rolling Thunder, Fault Line, Aftershock, and the Flashpoints.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a lot of interesting little maneuvers here. You got, you know, the two people on the one side. You got Sova and Cypher, who are going to be on Team Vinny, which is going to be huge. Actually, on both sides. That'll be huge with all that intel, being able to see where people are and know where they're at. That's going to be huge for both of these teams.
Yeah, information will be a huge thing on pistol round especially. The only issue is that they'll get it once, then it'll be on cooldown for a long time, so that's when the attackers have a chance to come in. Right now, that second wave of cooldown, 30-second recon dart will be expended again. Not seeing much or anything at all. One ice orb down from Lex, 48 seconds left as Disrupt actually opens up the map with one kill. And now no repeated Omen smokes available, so that'll be a lot harder for this defensive side or the offensive side to make plays on Heaven, on Connector, and hold the site down. They hear the fast rush and in through A short with just 30 seconds left. One Brim smoke and a Molly comes down, opened up though on the close left side. So Neo will have the angle with a frenzy though. Just a few shots left. The final bullet to Delzor and a flawless round one from Western Jesters. Just too long in the brains of Vinny to play this one out. And these guys just pick up and win it out.
Neo with the solid two-banger real quick with the frenzy too, and Disrupt is going to be able to pull out 3 in that one as well. That's a good start for Western Jesters. One thing I did see is that the Sage on Western Jesters did a couple of things that probably could have given her position away, but we'll see how Lex is able to hold off on B this time.
Right here, there'll be a fault line to stop up the fast push. Sinker finds 3. It's traded up by Delzor on Pico. After that, the Vic comes right in, and Lex comes back with another pistol switch.
Okay.
Just a small round, not much to see, but that'll be a quick 2-0. And after that, this is where the real meat happens.
This is it. We've got the Judge, Bulldog, couple Spectres, and a Phantom on the side of Western Jesters. And a lot of big guns over on Vinny. It looks like they kind of forced a little bit, but that could be good for them, especially in this moment where they could turn everything around. A 2-0 literally means nothing in this game. For the most part. Except for the...
I mean, is the investment, right? Like, to have that second round, to invest big to get it, doesn't seem like much now with the comeback, but then eventually, you know, having 2 free rounds is huge. You talked about Lex's positioning. Right there, Harris finds a way to read on it, get himself down, now has smokes out. The dark covers covered the right side of the B site. On the left, it'll be Breach trying to operate, and it'll be a huge hold from both window and the close left side. The Cypher bouncer puts a Owl Jones, sees where he is, an instant calm is there, but it's a big shotgun, possibly the Judge stopping things off. If not, the Bucky still packs a punch as they try to get over to the window, work the C site right now, have control of Garage.
Definitely Disrupt is going to try to put some rounds down and stave off these attackers here in window. Not a lot going on at the moment. There's some booty bouncer is actually going to be throwing the spike down, and that's a huge headshot over from Booty Bouncer.
He gets that nice quick flick off to the left side. This is a full buy round, so both teams will have the threat of guns. I think the Western Jesters will have A slight anti-eco purchase though from last round. Now everyone found out on the site. 2 people though hidden all the way in the long cubby. Neo has the choice to put down the molly, but it will be a $200, possibly expensive choice for the next round. Sinker trying to find shots in, but with the Spectre, range is not going to be your ally. It'll be just a fast spray close, and Bouncer finds his second, gets Neo down, and their rounds are finally racking up. It's going to be 2-1. We got a game on our hands.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Even though they lost the first 2 rounds, it doesn't mean a lot. Once you get it seems like once you get some rifles in these guys' hands on the side of Team Vinny, then they're going to do some work on it.
This goes here.
All right, once again, stacking up on the A side. Probably Omen's probably going to peek that window on B. Let's hope that Lex doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah, he's got options. He can put that wall down, get on it from the other side as well. Play way back on the middle box too, but that's a risky peek. He knows now that there's a Sova all the way over at Gong. 2 shock darts down, so the retake potential for damage not there to weaken armor. 2 pre-fires from a long ways away. Might give Justice Harris just enough room to move over, but instantly waiting for that boost up. You see the crosshair placement flick over. Now a slow move to garage. There's a breach waiting on the right side of window. As Delzor moves and holds up on the back side of window 2.
Definitely some solid crosshair placement over here from Justice Harris. But he's going to be taken out by Disrupt. Probably from the backside. Yeah, back from Gong. With a quick headshot. And now it is a 3v4 on the side of Western Jesters. Slow push.
Slow push, yep. Right on C. Vic has a bunch of, I would guess, trap wires and cages there. There's that Brim 3 portion execute. But can these guys respond with the 3Bs? Vic puts the cage up. Trap wire, possibly there to expose. He peeks over. Does get exposed, but then covered up right away. Disrupt, though, finds it. Orbital strike. Blocking Delzor in the back. He barely survives. Has the heal to get back up to 100 in just a moment. The wall's up 2. Just 3 seconds, though. It won't be possible to finish out the round. Western Jesters save it off and hide to get that win off from time on defense, as Team Vinny is only just 1 round behind, or 2 rounds behind.
Solid placement by Western Jesters of that orbital strike. Honestly, kept them off that point. And I think they got a kill from it? I don't remember.
Yeah, they got the space pressure, which matters the most.
Yeah.
Econ. I think those 2 kills, yeah, the econ.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here we go. With the wall here again. On doors, just trying to keep it off. Looks like Harris is moving in pretty quick. In his favorite spot. He's going to find Disrupt, but Disrupt's going to hit him first.
Possibility to shot this time, though. Vinny with a hot skip and a headshot.
I have dropped the spike.
Follows up, though, with the body. JJ Dang now left last alive. With his partner, 5-1 on the Vic. The better Cypher wins. And then after that, looks to move up on either B or C. But there is one hidden breach in the window, actually playing time right beside Trigger Discipline, getting JJ Dang first, and then closing out the round with Vinny. And then once again, we see a defensive team taking away the lead. Is this tournament going to be defense-sided?
Who knows at this moment?
I need this.
But there has definitely been some really good plays here. That Trigger Discipline was absolutely ridiculous. You're correct. I would have wanted to shot him immediately. But the fact that he waited and he knew someone else was going to be coming out of that window, he waited just long enough and was able to get... and actually punish them for not checking that corner.
And this time, hopefully, those corners are checked. Bouncer moving up from A short. Actually avoids the sightline of players and the drone almost, but I think might get discovered. No, he walks straight by and gets Neo.
Ooh.
What good positioning there, what good timing from him as well, as Dang's now finally on site. One person left off the back, misses a few sheriff shots. Dang, oh no! Cypher has the brain, no aim though. And after that, this just opens things up for Disrupt. The Hunter's Fury all the way from short, it looks like, or the backside of long. The final shot not actually connecting. 2 shock darts to get some damage down. Although an eco round, disastrous, as JJ did not find the shots in. Bouncer, though, comes right back, finds a gun, but then it just gets finally picked up from Vic, who does have the shots to connect with his neurological sight lines as well. And this time it'll be defense. 5-1 up again.
Woo. So it's solid play there. And I'm really starting to see some people with some insane, like, really insane gunplay there. Like, those flicks were ridiculous. Straight to the head on when he came around A-long, straight to the headshot, and that was beautiful itself.
Yeah, it's just to win rounds, you gotta have 5 players operating at the top spot. If even one of them messes up a bit, you can see the effect. That could have been a nice 1 round, a big momentum bounce back. Either way, though, guns available on this one. Vinny with a nice spray down, aiming in. Gonna choose to have accuracy at that long range. After that, JJ making sure this time he has his crosshair lined up. Lex will be playing another spot, an off angle all the way up that B.
And
we'll see Harris getting targeted, but it doesn't matter as he finds 1. Back to 2, opening up the entire site. After that, 72 HP. Delzor's there, fully health though.
That was a really big teleport by Omen. Able to pick off 2, open up the site. Get the plant down for that extra 300 smackers credits. And if anything, ooh, there we go. Vic's gonna pull off Delser.
This is way too far gone. Sinker now moving out, making sure they don't get picked off from an aggressive angle on the flank. The 4 people on site, this is gonna be a round wrapped up. Vinny's team finally getting 2 legs in the race, 2 rounds on the board. They move out and wait up for the next round. This one gonna be monumental. Want to get free fire there to get a little bit of that armor off. You have to realize one big thing that people aren't talking about is how much damage rebuying armor can sometimes do to your economy and overall pool of creds individually, because people cannot buy armor for you. If you're at 32 to buy back the full, you have to still spend the 1,000, even just off by 1 damage. You have to put in the creds, and that wall bang right there, if you don't choose to save, you'll be playing the next round with just 32, and that's exactly what the player on Team Vinny's gonna do.
Lots of shots going down towards B. Smoke is down again here and there. Justice Harris is trying to get some shots in, trying to hit it. There goes the wall. Lex is up, way up. And there's the Hellfire down on by Gong. Here we go.
The panic's there. Hunter's Fury finding 1, 2, and then showing 3. Lex peeking onto 4 and 5. Tries to count all the way up. Doesn't need 6 because although there is a res available, there won't be time on the offensive side. They're now stuck between a rock in a very hard place with a medic who has no respect for the code of ethics of a doctor, getting 3 big picks. Disrupt finishing it off on Bouncer. The Sova mirror matchup. And the man on this side of the glass is looking true with his aim. Only headshots from Disrupt all the way around. Now 4 ultimates on the side of defense, 2 on offense. Resurrection available on both sides, so this might be a 6v6 round. The score, though, 6-2, Western Jesters. A lot of room to work with. Vinny on the back end.
Definitely. It looks like they're stacking up here on the A push. A short and long here. Here we go. There was a opening rolling thunder there from the side of Western Jesters, but there was nobody there to meet it. And here we go.
Now they know. Push. They know exactly, since there's no one there and no camera movement at C long, it's going to be A, and it's going to be fast. Bouncer coming in, getting traded out by Lex. Lex finding 2 after and the 3rd, my lord. In 3s, this man operates, gets his player up to make it 4 for his team. And now Lex looks for more afterwards. Vinny trapped up in the back. Has to go for possibly a save, but wrapped around long, almost through B, is the Cypher player coming from the back. Vinny's going to try to get across this narrow passageway, but there's already sight lines shown. He knows that. He has to fight. Here's the first one. Finds the head onto Lex. Lex never gets forward, and Disrupt is always there to wrap things up. Never let Vinny get another inch. That'll be 7-2. Another stomp possibly on the defensive side here for Western Jesters.
But once again, it's one of those games where it doesn't feel like it's an absolute stomp because of some of the gunplay on Vinny's side. But like you keep saying, a lot of that synergistic use of the abilities and the agents are really showing off on Western Jester's side, and some of those rotations too. They really got down those rotations, found out quick and early that, oh my gosh, there's a lot of shots going through there. Quick and early that they're not on one of these sides, but here we go. A Doris push, and Western Jesters once again going down with a flawless round against Vinny. Woo.
And the second anti-eco they've just won straight up and not really lost too much from. I think the last time they've not taken down 1 or 2 in their ranks. Over here though, an 8-2. No one lost at all in the last round, and now everyone has guns again. It's breaking the bank of the attacking side though. Vinny needs to find some type of way to just win 1 round, not only for momentum, but so their economy, their credits are good off for the whole half. There's just 2 rounds left though. So we'll see what they have left in the bag, moving a little bit fast. All the way up. Bouncer now getting stuck between many players.
Take flight.
Sending in the owl drone here. We'll see what happens there through doors. Slow push there. Finds the trap wire.
Garage control here. They know exactly where Sinker's playing. Vinny picks him up, but then there's a trade all the way over at C. This is Vic's home, but he gets taken out by Delzort. New tenants, and now they have full control of the site. With just 1 man left, Disrupt has the room to make this clutch and the money to play next round regardless, so he'll try for the 1v4. The first shot there, not connecting. It's Harris that comes right in. He gets that pickup, and it'll be 3 rounds on the board. Can they make it 8-4? Because that's a lot more doable. That extra round boost, especially if they win the next pistol round, Team Vinny. If they don't, 9-3 is going to be that much harder to come back from on the other half.
Definitely. A 6-round deficit is going to be not unwinnable, but definitely going to be a lot harder than it should be. And so if Vinny can pull off this round with a big push, that'll really help him out win the half splits. Lex pulling off some op shots, but she's going to be taken down by Vinny with a headshot. But Delzort's going to revive Justin Harris. Justice.
He's going to move up, look for the entry frag over at the B side. We do have Disrupt playing over at Gong. Will he get discovered by that owl drone? A question he has to dodge. After this, Harris has from the shadows available, getting all his abilities down immediately and then popping it straight after. He moves all the way over to their spawn, the defensive side, and now everyone's moving back scared, in trouble. No one on C. Hunter's Fury clearing out the backside. They have to be right or left. JJ's there. Disrupt finds it though before he can even know what's going on. And Harris, his flank stopped by Sinker. Now, the site's opened up, but at a big cost of 2 players who weren't even at the beginning portion of it. Disrupt gets picked up again by Bouncer, and Delzor and Vinny finally activate 3 headshots in a row for this team. Now it's the final round. 1 man and an op gets the first flick. It's a huge one on the left side to Delzor. Neo afterwards, the right misses, and Vinny picks it up. Pressured by the molly, not much he could do. Had to land the shots. Unfortunately didn't. And now this is a place that Vinny can come back from. This team 4 rounds behind. And this round's so important for their momentum.
Definitely. And that op shot was probably a pixel to the right. 1 pixel, it seemed like. So, close, but once again, Vinny, 4 to 8. Gonna be a good place for them to be for the most part, and we'll see how they are on attacker side, and how Western Jesters really show off some of their defense.
Pick them off.
Showed off a lot of prowess on offense, obviously.
And this time taking out cameras, both teams getting information, both teams having 2 different avenues of seeing things with that recon dart, as well as the spy cam available from Cypher. On the B side, it'll be 2 aggro peaks, I think both on the wall, jiggles, but not finding much. Everyone on pistols, trying to get those head taps in. Sinker looking for some, but doesn't get him. Disrupt. The recon drone knows exactly where his opponents are now inside. Finds 2 actually near C. This is a lot of information they can play off of. They might actually choose to route over to A or commit, knowing the positions. They choose the commitment avenue. And there's Vic with the first, now on offense. Doesn't have to actually hold angles, but take them. Harris, though, finds 2, not allowing people in the site. Can he get 3? He does. A flick back to the 4th. Doesn't have the pool for it of health. Vic, barely just hanging on by a thread. 18 HP. A smoke stops his team and the others from fighting any seconds more. Now, though, the flank coming in all the way from long. The Brimstone player wrapping. The spike finally down. 2 teammates back to back, no utility, just their weapons. Look for shots, but are at slivers of health. The Brimstone now walking up, gets a glance of his shoulder, communicates that. The wrap comes in from the defensive side. Neil picks one up, but then there it is. The defense, the Warriors, the picks, and the spreading apart of players gets these guys the pistol round, getting their momentum back. It's Team Vinny with 5 rounds to 8.
Solid pincer move from Vinny there. That Brimstone took the long route, but it paid off with a kill or 2 there at the end on site, and was able to get that diffuse for the side of Vinny. Solid place for them, 5 to 8. Not too bad. Excited to see what goes on here. Once again, might be a 2-2-1 split on the side of Western Jesters for attack, with Spike over on C.
Yeah, they're looking to heavily invest into going towards a certain site rather than working around the whole map and getting information, blocking off trap wires on all avenues. This makes them stay together a bit more, so it's safer to make trades, but at the same time gives a lot of information over to their enemies. They're going to be taking 4v4s instead of 4v3s. Right now they have absolute mid-garage control, but over on the grass and window side, we see Omen and Sage doubling up on this side rather than the Sage playing solo B. They finally burst in the garage. It's given up, but there's a huge pinch over from defense onto C. 2 people already on logs and plat. They'll back up, play off that over-rotate. They're seeing a few options over at A long, but we know there's a Cypher player there. That means trap wires. That means cages. It could prove disastrous.
Especially on this save run for them. Camera pops up, is taken down immediately. There they are. There's the trap wire. You can hear the rotation coming in. The wall goes in, keeping him out of there. It's going to be taken out. Jay Dang is going to take out 3 real quick. Wow.
4th 2, yeah. I mean, the anti-eco angle providing a lot of eliminations and kills over to JJ Dang. And he gets to rock that one out. Solo sight holding. The Cypher cage can be so strong at not only blocking off sight lines and forcing people to peek you at a certain angle or clear one angle twice over and over again, teammate after teammate, but also give you just a forced funnel of players slowed down, because when you move in and out of it, your movement speed gets affected.
Especially when you get that tripwire and that cage look at the same time. Lots of fighting over here for garage control, but it looks like no one's in there at the moment. On the side of Vinny. Once again, Omen's going to be waiting in that little B cubby there. And there's a slow push. Is he going to be able to get the... There it is. He got that sightline first. Sinker is going to be able to take out Justin Harris because of that angle he was at.
Vic's working A long, but there's no way he can actually climb over that wall.
I know exactly.
Then gets found off by the camera angle after that. JJ Dang, once again, the wall all the way in the north on A site is holding things down. At the bottom, though, the team now scrambles, just 4 players, no resurrections available, to find some more map control. Another player moving up long. Was that trap wire cut? Does he have the opportunity to move along? He doesn't. Gets seen, and although they know where he is, he breaks down one Cypher cage at least, baits it out, pops it off. No one else rotates. They know it might just be a bait. It is the Sage player, though. They don't care. They see one through the smoke. Sinker retaliates as well onto Vinny. Right before smokes go down and through smokes as well with the recon bolt, and Disrupt is pushing an aggro angle. The attacking side needs to get the spike down. They do. Now it's all up to Bouncer to find a way to salvage the situation, but from the looks of it, we might just see a 9-6 and see Western Jesters for the first time this half pull around.
Woo. Bouncer's going to get that quick kill there. Going to take up the Vandal. Going to slowly push in. He's got some bad sightlines, though. There it is. Neo's going to have that perfect sightline. He's going to have enough distance between the angle there to see his shoulder and put in some rounds and take him down before he even sees him, before Bouncer was even able to see him.
Yeah, a lot of mind games on these close angles, back to back. People who are faster right now are getting their shots down. Sometimes the people who are prepared wait for those shots to come in, but at this time, not enough information, even though there are Sovas and Cyphers on both teams to have preparation. Vic with the same camera angle lets you know exactly who's that long and where they move to. He sees Justice Harris. He has no clue that he's exposed right now. They might work a pick with this, but I think he knows it's an operator as well. Bouncer, though, holding down that huge C sight line.
Disrupt's trying to put some rounds in. Get some of those wall bangers going. And there it is. Putting
Those walls
rounds
broken down. JJ Dang holding it close, playing off those Cypher cages again.
That's a bad place for J Dang there.
Tries to find a way, but he's gonna get taken down by one shock dart, maybe two. If he wants to block it, he's gonna have to cross. And Sova's watching it. More wall banks coming in, no shock dart available. Still a 4v5 though. He gets sealed all the way back up to 100. So if they choose to retake B again, there's a possibility. Justice Harris knows though that A is their backup. Gets another pick as things start to act fast. He moves all the way with a quick shadow step to heaven. And as a sightline that people might not expect, only knowing there's one operator, it's the next flick. Harris with the repositioning. So good. And now makes it a 2v5 for the retake.
Wow. That shadow step up to heaven was solid. He's going to try and throw in a Molly and his ultimate. Not going to pick. Oh, actually, he's going to pick off Delzor.
Oh, wow. Here's the chance, though. That orbital strike and Molotov combination gives him a wave, but then drops down into a 50-50. Not sure if playing this position was the best or if he wanted to move down that Sage wall to have the right side option. Either way, not enough time to decide as Team Vinny comes right back. A Haven side, CT or defense sided, as they now have 7 rounds, picking up 3, while Western Jesters only pick up 1.
That'll make it 7-9. Vinny versus Western Jesters. Definitely a close match here. I can foresee this one being a 12-12.
Yeah, if we get to that one, I like to call it a coin flip overtime because it's just about who wins that one round. Things get crazy. And if we do get there, I think Team Vinny will have the advantage playing on defense of that round inside.
Smoke's down.
I think so as well. They've been killing it on this D side. getting in some nice picks. Once again, Omen on top of the boxes. He's got a nice angle here.
He's going for snipes. Delzor finds Lex. Now one resurrection taken out of the round. And he builds up on his. Lex will have that POV to IGL from that spectator cam and system. But his aim won't be there to help. It'll just be 4 people again early off before a minute even hits. Trying to get this eco done. More shots coming in, but Bouncer elusive. Picking the best times to crouch Vinny to come by and help him out as well. Picks up that anti-eco round. A flawless round. 4-team Vinny bringing it all the way back almost to a tie.
Wow. Once again, you never really know what's going to happen until you see it with your own eyes. You never know which person really actually, or which team, I should say, actually really likes defender side or attacker side. We're seeing a lot of good defense here from Team Vinny. That's for sure. Able to get those sight lines.
They know where players play Sinker. The same spot he was in last half. Gets pressurized. Justice Harris is on the same spot as the Sage. Played mid-round, but he finds the first pick off with the operator. Lex now moving up by himself, a 2-man operation. They know where the trap wires are, but what a good camera to see exactly what sides will peak first. If there is one on short, there will always be someone in long. See someone long, you can guess if it's a lurker or someone coming up short. 3 people move over, not sure exactly why. As now the map opens up on the other side, a resurrection there, they have to double back. A gamble possibly lost as garage control is completely free. You know, there's no Cypher traps here, but they have the setup all the way over at the C site. Owl Joan coming into garage to get some POV, and they know now exactly where things are going to happen. There's the big Hunter's Fury, detected as well off the Owl Joan, the combination finding 2, but then Vic trades him out. Harris has the angle with an op. Will they check it first or go for the plant immediately? It's the plant that comes in. A 3v3 post plant, the most even we've seen it so far.
Yep. This has been technically a 6v6. There's been 2 resurrections on during this round. It's actually been huge, and that smoke, that brimstone smoke was actually really nice. He knew that op was going to be in that back corner. He's just waiting. They're making a lot of noise. Vic is going to be pinched. Woo!
It's all up to Harris to hit this shot, misses the flick. He doesn't have an opportunity to come right back, just 2 seconds on it. Must peek, decides not to though. The shock dart there, too much pressure for Disrupt to wrap up that round. JJ Dang picks up that defuse. Woo. While Delzor holds it down, and now it's all tied up. A round that was very close though. And I think aside that, first time we see the attackers having trouble with economy time and time again. Going to be on another eco. The 3rd one, I think, of this half.
It goes here.
Nice. Love that. Love that little spot there. Once again, showing off that A-long. See if anyone's going to peek, and Justice Harris is going to take out Lex immediately, and once again, that is healing down on the side of Western Jesters.
Harris is playing so well on this defensive side, finding these opening picks. It makes it so hard. Almost every round, eco or not, has been a 4v5 for the Western Jesters. Sinker picks up another one on Vinny, though, evening it out to a 4v4 and gets the Phantom that we saw him use on defense. On offense, though, a little bit harder to entry with it, as that one-tap headshot at long ranges is not there. The Vic backing him up from the side that he can't see much from if he's dedicated to window. And Delzor smelt something funny, but ultimately decided to come back to B. Another camera put up, and Owl Joan discovering exactly where people are. Delzor can go for the wall bang if he chooses to, but then sits tight as they can readjust. Now we'll play the retake. Just one Omen and Bouncer on the site. The Bouncer goes down as Sinker looks to get access to the club. Justice Harris tries to find a shot. Might be over peeking, do another 3v3 as the spike goes down. Hunter's Fury finding one. He leads them into the team, and that's a huge hit on a lot of people. A lot of damage done with Disrupt. This is an eco round. They just have sheriffs and maybe one person with a gun. It'll be Sinker paying the post plant all the way down at C-Long. JJ Dang finds one but gets distracted. Now a final 1v1, and Delzor picks it up onto Disrupt, taking down the post plant security first, and then moving over to the man on site himself. The second round where he's by himself, getting pressure down and pressure off of his team. 10-9 as they find the first lead of the match, Team Vinny.
Wow. Once again, solid display by Team Vinny. They're really catching their stride here, hitting those huge ultimates. That was really nice on the side of Western Jesters, but it just was not enough. He wasn't able to get the kill with that Hunter's Fury. But that's going to be nice for the side of Team Vinny, because they know now that Sova does not have an ult.
Harris, though, time after time finding picks no matter what. Sinker being very careful on that breach, playing the left side of this door. Gets an aftershock in, but Harris does not care. He's waiting for the wide swing angle. Just slow peek, this is a possibility. Quick flick, though. And Harris electrifying up on this side of the match. Another opening first blood for him.
And
taking down the Sage player, so no heals available.
Exactly. That Sage pick, especially first blood at the beginning of a round, is so huge on whichever side, because they don't have those healings, especially when you still have your Sage on your side. It's gonna be huge for Team Vinny.
Uncharacteristic from JJ Dang to not actually find at least one pick there. Orbital Strike comes in to stop the plant tops. That'll buy him a lot of time. 40 seconds left. The Molotov there too. An Orbital Strike straight back to open up the plant if possible for the spike. And it does. As now there's a 4v4. There is a Rolling Thunder capability here from Western Jesters for that post plant. It'll be Sinker all the way in the back waiting for it as it does pop the defuse. Neo stems all the way up, tries to find some shots. Disrupt gets traded out by Delzor. He finds another revive on the individual that just went down. It's going to be Justice Harris picked up with the crossfire. The big snare finds 4, almost the 5th. Now a 1v1, but the Rolling Thunder available. Is it going to be used? It is, but dodged by Harris as he tries to find the up angle and does. The smarts to know exactly what to expect from Harris, working with the shadows, but then going into the limelight with some amazing plays, both in the openings of the round and then the closings in the clutch as well.
Just some ridiculous shots over here from Justice Harris, doing some incredible work with that op. Huge econ as well. He's got 4,800 still left. He got that op. He's got all of his abilities. You know, he's going to be feeling really good. He teleports right up on top of these boxes again. He's going to have that real nice op angle. Lex is going to be there probably to wall off the door. And once again, they're going to be in a solid defensive spot against Western Jesters.
Seeing that wall can sometimes surprise any window peekers. Last round, he was playing towards the window side of Garage, so switching it up once again to this spot. We've seen him get first bloods in before. Disrupt getting Hunter's Fury off that orb control as well. We saw how monumental that ultimate can be, both post-plant and to open up sights and hold angles. So that'll be an option available. Meanwhile, on Vinny's side, just from the shadows, the Omen ultimate available from them.
Cypher, V Cypher on A site. Lots of movement. But there's still a huge 3-person push from garage doors. Taken down by the Sova. Lex is going to take down Bouncer, though, in retaliation. Going to move out of that spot there because they have a solid angle. And I have a feeling that they know there's only one Cypher, one person on B site. So here's the slow push onto A site. That's what I meant.
Usually a Sova available on C to at least send an owl drone into Garage, but not knowing that it'll just be Justice Harris actually going in, ulting straight into heaven, knowing when things go wrong. That was the insurance. Still alive though, but the main man himself, Delzor, is the one to take out 3 as he makes it 12-9. And WestJet, these guys flying straight home possibly. As Vinny's opened up the doors, these guys are on match point now.
And what a well-deserved match point it is. They obviously favor defense side, and they've been making some hell for Western Jesters, that's for sure. Sending them packing for now. But once again, Western Jesters aren't too far off. 4 rounds in a row is a possibility. I've recovered from worse. Woo!
Now we'll see a miss on a Marshall. A static target not hit, but Justice Harris can hit them moving. A sinker. A man that opens up sights. Gonna be drained. After this, we'll see panic somewhat, confusion on where to go, how to play this default from the attacking side.
It looked like
More shots coming in. Good patience from Neo. Vinny goes down, now a 4v4.
definitely not the peak he probably should have taken because he knew that op was there, but he was hoping, he was believing in his own gunplay there. There it is. Is the op going to come out again? That's a lot of deaths on the side of Vinny. Western Jesters are going to move in with a 4v2 onto the B site. And there it is. 4v1.
The Bouncer has been in this position before to get a 3K, but only when the site is just getting opened up. For now, probably just playing for exits. B site, one of the hardest to take and hold, but then after that, at a numbers disadvantage, the retake gets so much harder.
That's true. The retake will be just as hard as it is to take it. There's going to be a slow push from Brimstone onto C Long. A good save from Bouncer, but he's staying alert, it seems like.
Yeah, one person on the backside, so it'll be the Brim trying to find him. But one of the most common save spots is this cubby. And the timing!
The timing.
Bouncer, not sure how bad that'll be for the eco damage, but definitely good to have a gun left over for the last round. He's actually not going to have enough to buy this round, so that's going to be very unfortunate from him. We'll have to just operate, I think, off of... Oh, no. That's the observer glitch. Sometimes you don't see exactly how much credits or money are available on both sides accurately, so both teams will have guns up.
Yep.
Harris will have his op as well and choose to play A again. He's moving site to site, door to door, and finding first bloods on every person on all sides of the map.
He definitely has. And he has been hitting his shots and playing those mind games that are so important in this game. Not staying in the same place over and over again and getting those picks. Oh, it looked like Sage was going to pop through, but the patience from Harris might pay off, and it does.
Wow. Harris. I'm not sure if he knows about the Cypher camera that was spying on him the whole time, but even with information, 2 people cannot stop Harris from hitting his shots no matter where the bodies are flying. He makes them fly further with the op.
There they are.
Yes, he does. He is making use of that 4,500 credits.
Nowhere to run.
Here it is, Hunter's
Here's what's
Fury.
happening. Hunter's Fury with a combination, possibly, of the Rolling Thunder if he gets it up enough. But this is the round that Western Jesters need to win, and it's the Vic who gets taken down. Sinker has the trade back, but at a 2v4 disadvantage, and paranoid as well. He's scared for the round loss. The wall bang op shot not gonna hit. Another follow-up. He knows exactly where he is. Had a chance to move. Vinny finds one sinker in a 1v3.
Oh,
only a classic, but just like the old movies, the defensive side, the heroes win at the end of the day. JJ Dang gets that defuse down and a huge comeback. 4-8 to now 13-10. A close game for Team Vinny in this best of one. They move on to, I believe, the grand finals.
Wow, congratulations, Vinny. A well-deserved win. Well-deserved and earned win, I guess you could say. That was a solid display of some real great technical skills on the side of Team Vinny. Honestly, both teams had some solid gameplay, some solid kills, really good